Hello Smizer Band students, this is Mr. Salyers here, and this video is to help you work on something called air support. Air support is just what it sounds like. You want your air to move through your clarinet, and you want to make sure that it's got a lot of backup. We say maybe have a lot of air in the tank. The reason that support is so important is it really makes your tone full so that your entire performance space is full of your tone and not just a nice thin sound. We want to think about blowing through the clarinet, not just into the clarinet. If you just blow into the clarinet, you get a really tiny little thin sound. And the reed won't vibrate efficiently enough. You want to take a nice big home breath and then push that air through using your abs, using your diaphragm. Give a listen. I'm going to blow through the clarinet now. Now there are a lot of different ways that you can work on building your tone using good air support. I'm going to give you a menu of options right now. One way to build up your muscles to have good air support when you're playing is by blowing through something small. Right here I have a little straw, and all I'm going to do is blow through it, and I'm going to blow with enough force that I feel my abs engage. And if my abs are engaged, then I know I'm using the resistance of this straw because it doesn't let a lot of air through, just like our reed doesn't let a lot of air through our clarinet. And I'm pushing it through to make sure that we have a lot of support for all the tone. Give a listen. I'm pushing through and making sure that my abs are doing a lot of the work to get the air to go through, and it's a nice full tone. One way to check if you have good air support is to finger a low E, so that's covering up all the holes on the instrument, so everything is plugged up, and you'll notice that I shoved something in the bottom of my clarinet. So this should block all the air. If you have good air support, a friend can pull this out, and your note will speak right away. If your air support isn't quite strong enough, it'll whisper first, but we want that direct attack. Here's a good example. Weak air support. Let's shove it in again, and we'll show some great air support. It should speak right away. Another way that we can work on building good air support is by really building up some pressure. So we would blow on a tongue-stopped reed. The same way I got this sort of balloon squeezed here, there's pressure built up inside the balloon, and the elastic is going to push it out. With us on our instruments, our diaphragm will be pushing all that air up and out, but I want to block it with my tongue and then just release it. And that is a good way to build up a good bunch of air support. If you do it well enough, you'll use your abs and you'll feel them tighten up. Just like this. Same idea. There's a burst of air. That's because the air is so supported and it's really being sort of pushed through. That'll make your tone full and strong. Another way I like to challenge my students to build up their air support is by using that straw that we talked about a minute ago and a little slip of paper and holding the paper up on the wall. Now I'm just going to use the straw and my air support with really, really good abs to hold this paper on the wall using only air. Let me demonstrate. The goal is to hold the paper on the wall as long as you can. I challenge my students every year. I tell them if I can take a $20 bill out of my pocket, put it up on the wall, and you can hold it up on that wall for 20 seconds, you can keep it. Start practicing.